Good news is silver has hit a 14-year high and absolutely breaking through numbers right now, almost at $40 USD as it continues to climb higher and higher. And people are questioning, can this thing continue to go higher? And I'm here to tell you that 100% this asset has plenty more to go, and I'm going to be telling you 4 reasons why in this video. So the first reason why I see silver continuing to run is simply because we are running out of supply in silver. Now, this isn't just on a retail level or industrial level. This is on a physical market level. We're looking at the London Silver Float here, which is one of the major deliverers of silver, and they're seeing diminishing drastically in the amounts of silver they're having, as they're only estimated to have 185 million ounces of silver left, which is approximately 40% reductions compared to the 2020 levels. And when that happened during that period of time, silver absolutely broke out. So I believe that's going to happen again. And it wouldn't take much to see some kind of huge demand in silver that would just basically run out all supplies. The COMEX also witnessed huge amounts of deliveries, and we haven't seen anything really like this delivery to stock ratio since the 2008 financial crisis. So there's clear stress in this area as we continue to run out of supply. To make it worse, we're hearing news from the London bullion market as well that they're running out. And certain sources like Eric Young is saying that just 3 consecutive days of substantial physical deliveries could basically take out the London Bullion Bank. And that would be disastrous, as a historic supply squeeze is currently on hand. If you look at the Silver Institute, you can see why. If I look at the market balance, less ETP, so we're looking at total demand minus total supply. And we're basically looking at what's the difference between the two, not considering electronical and paper silver. We're seeing since 2019, we're running out over and over and over again. Supply minus demand, to make it a clarification. So 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24, and 2025 forecast all say deficits in silver. That's a 7-year deficit, it looks like, on hand, as we continue to run out of silver at a rapid rate. And if we're having such a big squeeze, then why hasn't the price exploded? It's because, as we know, the markets are being manipulated. And I think we haven't seen any manipulation like this before. As we've seen now, there's 409 paper silver derivatives, futures, options, or swaps to the equivalent of 1 real piece of silver. And if this breaks down, this paper industry, which it has done in the past, as we saw through the gold pool program in the 60s, and then went through the 70s and absolutely ran through, we could see a massive correction here up to 13,000. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But I think we have some massive room to run with this asset. The second thing which I believe is really interesting is that the silver lease rates are spiking. Now, this is pretty similar to the previous point. Basically, when the expense of borrowing a certain asset goes up, it's a sign that they're running out. So the percentage, as you see in July 2025, has ran up hugely. It's now up 6%, as it's gone up parabolically. And we can compare this to another asset and see how it works. So platinum had a pretty similar experience. Its lease rates went through the roof, as you can see here, ran up to 37%. And what happened shortly after was really interesting. Platinum responded by, in the past 2 months, going up 50%. It ran from about $1,000, and it's now at $1,400 per troy ounce. And it's a sign that when lease rates are up, it's a sign that the supply is at a massive constraint, and that the fundamental structures behind the asset are in trouble. The third reason why I see silver continuing to go up is simply because of tariffs. Donald Trump continues to tariff countries like Canada and Mexico, which are major suppliers of silver to these massive countries. And it's only going to cause more issues on a supply level. And if we break it down and we look at who are the top 20 producing operations of 2024, the amount of Mexican-based producers is really astonishing. Not so much Canadian, but if these guys are being tariffed and they can't get their supply across to the US, to London, to other places, it's going to cause massive problems. And the last reason, which is being shown here, is I want to show you this, and I saw it from the Gold Silver YouTube channel from Michael Maloney. Basically, we haven't even hit our peak yet. When people see all-time highs, they're scared that they're at their peak. But I believe we haven't even touched that level yet. And I want to compare numbers here. So the last time silver really went up was during the 1980 period, where it hit $52.50 US. Currently, we're not even at $40. Now, if we consider inflation adjustment and how high silver could actually go with all these issues that are happening, and consider the changes based on different categories, we can understand the potential that this thing can rise at. So if we make the adjustment based on the consumer price index, which is just inflation, it could easily hit $200. We already know the CPI is heavily manipulated. If we consider median house prices and how much they've gone up, we consider that the US silver price would go up to $468. And you go through this, the US GDP would go to 468. Currency in circulation would be 971. So it's clear by these numbers that we're not even close to our peak in silver. And that's why I'm so bullish on this asset going forward. And I think these numbers speak for themselves. So to conclude, we're at a 14-year high, but I see it going plenty more. And I think the rest of this decade is going to be amazing for silver. This isn't financial advice. This is just my opinion and what I think. But I love this asset, and I truly believe this is an opportunity that you need to get into today. But that's just my opinion. If you agree, if you want to see more of my opinion, like, subscribe, see what's going on this channel as I produce more information and show you what's going on in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. See you in the next video.